Thinking about changing what the episodes are called. What do I call it? Should I just call it Try Hard or Die? Try Hard or Die, Season 1, Episode 3. We back, homie. We back. Alright, so, episode change. We're calling it Try Hard or Die. I don't care what you guys say. Let me get you updated on this car. It is hella fast. My butt dyno rates it at about 1,500 flywheel horsepower. Pretty fast. We've taken the car to round 1. Round 1 is complete of Top Drift. There are 4 rounds in the Formula Drift Top Drift Pro-Am Series. We've done round 1. Let me give you a recap of the week. We test drove the car at Adams, having oiling issues at Adams. We found out that we were having way too high oil pressure because of a pressure relief spring, I think is what it's called. It was way too strong. We were having super high oil pressure. Like, I didn't want to talk about it. That's how bad it was. Changed the oil pump, drove the car down the street, loaded it on the trailer, and then drove straight to Top Drift round 1. Realistically, we had like no practice at Adams really at all. So we drive up to round 1. Saturday goes down. Saturday we practiced all day, fresh car. Haven't really been able to drive it. Drove it Saturday, was just trying to get as much seat time as possible so I can get as comfy as I could behind the wheel of this car. The horsepower change with the angle kit and all the different modifications that we've done in the off season are really paying off, but it's a lot to adjust to as a driver. We go out Saturday, and I'm just trying to get as much seat time as possible so that I can make all these adjustments in my driving to where the car's at. We start adjusting tire pressure, different things like that. Saturday goes really well. We don't have any problems with the car. We're literally just kind of hanging out at the track, just kind of bored at times. No real problems. We hit the wall once. I was just kind of getting a little too into it. Hit the wall, broke a wheel. Kind of ran through the car at the end of the day, and then that was it. It was time for bed. Sunday rolls around. We wake up early, go through the fluids on the car, just checking everything, make sure everything's still where it's supposed to be, looking for leaks, looking for any problem, doing as much preventive maintenance as possible so that we don't have any problems in our hour of Sunday practice and in our 2 qualifying runs. So we go into practice on Sunday, and we run into some steering issues. The steering was just binding at full lock, and then I would have to get on throttle really hard and yank the wheel out. At a certain point, the wheel would free up and it would work. So I'd be on throttle, and then I'd be pulling my wheels out of the counter steer at the same time. So I was making some weird bobbles during practice. We addressed that problem. My buddy Jeff Groff came over and was like, hey, what's it doing? I'm like, we're having a binding issue, and he asked me if I bled the system right. I told him how I bled it. I didn't bleed it right. Dummy. So we end up getting the system bled with Jeff's help, and then the steering feels great. We sit there and kind of do a couple of circles at full lock, and the steering's feeling really good. Well, we didn't get to practice with the proper working steering except for Saturday, but Sunday we didn't get to fill out what it was. Going into qualifying, I was just kind of like, well, I'm just going to throw it into that corner, and hopefully the steering doesn't bind. If it does, I'm ready for it. I know what it's going to do. All the way down the straight, it's just wide open first gear, spin it, slam second, spin second, slam third just completely revs out and taps, and you can hear it in some of the clips. Now the judges wanted to see us wide open throttle, full commitment on entry, so I wasn't even e-braking or anything. I was just kind of doing a little feint to throw the car in, and with the SLR angle kit we can catch pretty much any angle we throw at the car. So then after we throw a gang angle on initiation, turn 2 comes up and it goes smooth. The steering's working great. We finish our run, pretty conservative run, but we filled all of our zones for the most part and put some points on the board. Qualifying run number 2, we come out a little bit hotter. My spotter Brad tells me, you know, you're kind of going slow around the green box, give it some more throttle coming into it so it doesn't look like you park it. So I come in a little hotter, ready to go because I know we got a good run under our belt. Throw it around the green box, a little too wide. I'm watching the wall come up and I'm like, dang, I'm gonna hit this thing. I don't want the judges to see me bobble, so I stand right on the throttle wide open and just completely smash a wheel. From where the judges are sitting, you can barely see the car bobble, and then just completely filled the other outer zone. And then as I was pulling off the track, you could just see the car just thump. Qualifying goes really well. First time ever qualifying in a Pro-Am event. We end up qualifying 11th place. Super pumped, excited, car runs great. After we broke that wheel, we just swapped on some new wheels, no big deal. So after qualifying, we get paired up in our top 16 battle against Pablo. Run number 1, he leads, I chase. I ended up losing it in turn 2 and sliding off the track and parking it. He kept going, finished his run nice and solid. We switched, I was leading, he was chasing, and I threw down as hard as I could because I knew I needed to do everything I could to win that battle. Threw down and he straightened a couple of times and it earned him a 0. So we double zeroed and we went one more time. Our second run in competition in top 16 against Pablo, I ended up chasing and I was about 2 cars behind him, wasn't very close to him at all. And then that was the run. We just kind of cleaned all of the sections. No real big mistakes or anything like that, besides not being real close to him in proximity. Run 2, I end up leading, he's chasing. We leave the grid, I pop a radiator hose off the back and it starts leaking water. I leak water down off the grid, around the first corner, and then all the way down the straight, the car's just steaming, blowing steam. Throwing pretty hard, Pablo chases us in, apparently catches some of the steam or water, if you will, and ends up spinning out on initiation. We clean the run super well, kind of a little bit early celebration coming around the last run, kind of hang 10 the crowd. And got to the grid, they're like, hey, your car's leaking, blah, blah, blah. Ended up giving the win to Pablo, and that was our weekend. So we ended up finishing in 13th position. Round 1, brand new car, really no practice in it, and to go out there and do that, I'm definitely proud of what we've accomplished so far. So we're off to a really good start, and round 2's coming up. We're gonna go catch a practice session at 805 Slide on Horsty. Just try to dial in the car a little bit. We got the crew working hard on the car, trying to get it ready so that we can pass tech, kind of drive the car a lot smoother and not really worry about, you know, silly issues like water leak. But so far, like I said, super proud, super pumped, super thankful for all of my team, Clint, Frankie, Anthony, Hugo, Brad, Owen, my brothers, all you guys, man. It really helps out, and all of you guys out there too who keep watching these ridiculous videos I make and watching me waste a bunch of money and have a good time with my friends. Thanks for the support. This is episode 3. Later.